Vote. Time for another hike, but first we've got a new espresso machine. Wanted to make a little breakfast, fuel ourselves up before we leave. This thing is a dream. It's been a lifesaver this winter. Look at these beautiful lattes it has made for us.
Oh man, it's better than any coffee shop I've ever been to. Ruined for life. You did this to us.
You're welcome. It is my fault we have it. So for breakfast we have an open-faced egg sandwich with mushrooms, onions, and sun-dried tomatoes, with a little bit of kiwi on the side and some nutso on toast. And we're off. Here's Bentley. And Emerson. We're headed to Nashville, Indiana. You can pause it here if you'd like to know more about the park. The trail starts off with the lookout.
Here's the lookout.
Be a great place to meet up with people before you travel on. Unfortunately, it's a little drab right now. I bet it would be beautiful in the fall. After scrubbing up, we hit the trail. You will cross over the road that you came in on. We'll loop right back around to it at the end of our trip here. The trail is kind of muddy today, and with the recent conditions of freezing and thawing, it seems the top layer of the trail has thawed, but the bottom layer hasn't, making it extra slippery. You can see Crystal has her ice trekkers there. We opted to let Bentley off the leash and let him blaze his own trail. He likes doing that anyway. And he does turn around every once in a while to come check on us, make sure that we're still behind him, which he does here. And turns right back around on his merry way. It was challenging sometimes to stay on both feet with a dog tugging me down the hill, but we are working on Emerson's leash training, and hopefully that will get better soon. The day was just gorgeous. It was a little chilly. You can see the dogs not worried about the cold at all, dipping their feet in the water, grabbing a quick drink. I think it actually invigorates them to stick their paws in the water. Gets their blood pumping, because they certainly don't mind, even in 30-degree temperatures. This is where we let Emerson off leash. We did this because we were down in a valley and we felt like we could see him pretty well for a good while, and we thought that Bentley would stay right with him, but he didn't. So Emerson kind of went wild and did his own thing, and unfortunately climbed to the top of that ridge, and for a second he was not visible to us, but he did pop back into the picture. You'll see him come down the ridge here in a second.
Let's go! Come on, Emerson.
Let's go.
Hey.
Hey, Emerson.
Emerson.
No. Come on. Keep walking. Emerson did finally come back to us, and of course, in his way, came crashing down. Let's go. That dude is kind of a wrecking ball. Moving right along, we are heading up the ridge here. You can see the valley down below, and this is a great example of how narrow the trails were here. I really liked that aspect about this park because it wasn't a state park where the trails are like 4 feet wide. You were right there with the nature. You didn't have to walk to one side or the other. You could bend down, you could touch moss and grass and leaves and be really immersed.
Hey guys, we're at Hitz Nature Preserve in southern Indiana, close to Nashville, and doing a 3-mile hike. It's pretty gorgeous out. 38, sunny day. Nice sunny day, about 37 degrees, and yeah, it's perfect for hiking.
Heat wave.
Heat wave, yeah. Compared to what we've been having so far, it's pretty easy. One of the benefits about hiking in the winter is that you feel like you have the whole place to yourself. We only passed about 4 people and there's 3 cars in the parking lot, so there's nobody out here. There's not even a sound of anyone else. So it's really cool because you get to hear a lot more, the birds and anything else, the water, and it's not as crowded like it would be in the summertime or the fall, where it's just overloaded with people. Oh, buddy. Gotta check in, dude.
Even Bentley gets away from us sometimes. You gotta call him back, reel him back in. Everybody's excited to hike today. But I have to say, the sun was just beautiful that day. Just in every angle we got, every picture, every video, it just felt like the sun was so important and such a focal point. So like we said, we are still working on Emerson's leash training, and here's an instance where we have differing opinions on which way we're going to go. And of course he took the path that Bentley took, which he thought was correct, except when we try to get back together, we have issues.
What are we gonna do, dog?
Again, very frustrating, and I do know how to leash train. We just need to take the time to do it. So yeah, we got out of this mess. It was fine. We came across this really cute narrow bridge, just as narrow as the trail is, of course, to make a smaller impact on the land. And you can see Crystal bringing her trekking poles in here. That's just how narrow that thing is. And I don't know, just fun. Like a kid walking across there. Here you can see several downed trees in the path. And it looks like they just came through with a chainsaw. I think it's all volunteer here. There's a group of people that keeps these trails in shape, and yeah, there's several trees down along the way, and you'll see many of those here where one half of the tree is on one side and one half is on the other, and they've just cut that section away to allow for hikers to pass through.
There was a good
The second half of this hike is a little bit challenging because of the elevation gain. There are several switchbacks. You can see how steep this is just watching Emerson's leg muscles in the butt cam.
Splintered. Yeah. But that was loud.
Again, I can't say enough about this sunshine. For January 30th, to have this much sun beaming through and a clear sky most of the day, it was just fantastic. Chilly weather, but you have the sun on your back and on your face as you turn around on the trail. And it's just cool to see it so low and sweeping through the trees. Here's a little sample of just how quiet it was that day. And now we're coming back up toward the road again. Crystal was having a little bit of trouble with this elevation gain, but she powered through it. We did take a little shortcut. We didn't do the whole 3 miles. We took the road back to the parking lot. We did see a little bit more elevation gain as we came through and thought, you know, it's getting dark, we ought to get back to the car, so that's what we did. But again, you can't be upset by the walk. Just a beautiful ridge that we're walking across here and the sunlight beaming through.
One or two for snack.
I'll just save myself for dinner. I don't remember where my hand was. And you can't be this close to Nashville and not hop over to Big Woods and get you some pizza.
Hitz-Rhodehamel?
Hitz-Rhodehamel?
Heights. We don't know how to pronounce it, really. It's not super crowded like it would be in the winter. God damn it. A lot more of the area without all the trees, leaves, and